I can't believe somebody actually let me into Google in New York, and I have the new Sigma eyeshadow palette. So I'm gonna do a chatty get ready with me slash like vlog. I didn't really do the best. I'm still trying not to be super embarrassed every time I film in public. And let me tell you, we're not really there yet, but I want to throw in some clips that I captured in New York, try out this new Sigma palette, hopefully show you guys what was in my YouTube shopping goodie bag. It's gonna be a riot, y'all. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I have some under eye color corrector on. It's the Sigma Spectrum Color Correcting Duo. And I have the Hourglass primer on. So that's all is on my face today. I do want to try this out. I've been waiting to film a video, but I just got the Hourglass Illusion Luminous Glow Foundation Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 30. And I got this in the shade number 12. I was waiting for this to come to Sephora or Ulta, and it did come to Ulta during the Ulta 20% off coupon that they sent out while the Sephora sale was going on. So of course I had to jump on it because I've been wanting to try this. I feel like I haven't really seen anybody use this, and so I am gonna go ahead and try it out. Okay, the shade's a little bit lighter than I expected. I got a hell of a tan in Destin, so we might have to do some bronzing with this one, but it's definitely more coverage than I was expecting since it has the words luminous and glow foundation sunscreen. I didn't really know what to expect, but I have definitely picked up quite the tan. So we'll do our best. And I've been breaking out quite a bit. So yeah, lots going on. Maybe it's the travel. Maybe it's just like a little bit of stress. So I don't know. But here's one side with the foundation. Here's the side without. As you can see, it's definitely giving me a more perfected look. I don't feel like a lot of my skin's imperfections are peeking out through it, which honestly I freaking love. I just wish I had a darker shade, but hey, there's nothing I can do about that. And I love this packaging too. A tube is like so convenient for travel purposes and stuff like that. And it's not coming off as overly glowy right away, which is nice. So that's a plus too if you're not into the super dewy look. It definitely looks like a healthy glow, but not over the top. I can see this being a really good everyday product. My hair is driving me bananas, so I'm just gonna put on a little hairband. Put on a little bit more right here. Cover up those breakouts a little bit better. So let me tell you a little bit about my trip. I landed on a Tuesday. I got up pretty early to go to the airport. I almost thought I was gonna miss my flight because of course I miscalculated like the time I needed to get to the airport, but I made it. Thank goodness Fargo has such a tiny airport, so I was able to get to my gate no problem. But I was a little bit nervous, y'all, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not about to miss this flight. Had everything planned really well, so I would have been a mess if I missed my flight. And so we made it, and then basically we all met up at the airport and took an Uber to our hotel, and we stayed at the Holiday Inn in Chelsea. It was a nice clean spot, not too pricey. The rooms were big enough for it being New York, so if you're planning a trip to New York, I would recommend checking them out. I can try and maybe link them down below for you guys. I know it's always hard for me to figure out like where to stay when I'm traveling, especially because I don't travel that often. So if that helps one of you guys out, I can definitely share that. And I am going to do my eyebrows while I keep talking. So I'll try and insert clips for you guys. But we basically went and had a really yummy lunch at a kind of like rooftop restaurant. We weren't outside because it was really rainy the day we got there. And then we basically just walked around. We walked through Times Square. We walked to Fifth Avenue. We saw the Louis Vuitton store that has like the scaffolding, so it looks like a bunch of Louis Vuitton trunks are like piled up on the street. And then we went in the store just for funsies, and then we walked so far that we were all pretty tired, so we took a cab back to our hotel, got ready for dinner, and we went to a really pretty kind of like Italian place. I would say it was kind of like modern-ish, and I would definitely say I'm a foodie, but there's not really places like where we ate dinner in Fargo as much as I would like to see that happen. So it was, for me, quite a fancy meal. I'll definitely throw up clips and stuff and any pictures I have from the meals. And then I think we went home, or not home, but we went back to the hotel and just tried to get some rest because we were 3 of us sharing, so we wanted to make sure we had enough time to wake up and get ready in the morning. So I wore this outfit, which I have a picture of it. Maybe I have a little clip. I'll show it to you guys as well. I'll try and link it for you guys in case you want to pick it up. But I got it at Express, and I was pleasantly surprised because when I got back from Florida, I realized like I hadn't really thought about what to wear to YouTube. And when I started looking online, it was already too late to order stuff to come in. Like, I would have had the things arrive after I got to YouTube or to New York, so there was no point ordering online. And so had a bit of a freak out, and luckily one day my babysitter was here for an extended period of time, and so we went to go get my nails done, and then we went to the mall. And the stores at the mall I really struck out, but we went to Express just to see, just in case, and they actually had a lot of really cute matching sets. And one thing I'm like really self-conscious about is like sizing. I feel like I can never really find things that fit me well. I'm pretty flat-chested on top, so usually I need like a smaller top and then a bigger bottom. So it's always really frustrating for me when I shop, and who even shops in person anymore? So that was like an out-of-body experience going to Express because I haven't been there in so long. I actually have 2 shades of this. I'm going to use the darker one today. Sorry to interrupt, but anyway, so we decided to take a chance, and I went in there and I told the sales girl kind of what I was looking for. I was like, I want to look cute, but not like I tried too hard, but I didn't really want to wear jeans. Like, I know my friend told me like it's fine if we wear jeans. Like, they told me it's like pretty casual, but I wanted to be like a little bit more put together. So I tried on a bunch of clothes, and I actually first settled on this like short set. Like, it was a short and like a vest, which is so cute. But I don't really have anywhere that I would wear the shorts, like the set to, because it's like really short. But I was like, okay, New York, that'll be fine. But I also knew it was kind of rainy in New York. And then once I bought that set and I was on my way out, me and my mom spotted this really cute kind of like olive green set. And we were like, okay, let's just go back and try it on. Meantime, like, I know my babysitter is like with my kids, and I feel so bad about like shopping, but I really needed to like get it done because I was leaving the Tuesday after, and I knew it was going to come sooner than I thought. And she wasn't able to watch my kids after that week because she was going to be studying for finals and stuff like that. So it was a whole bunch of things happening at once, but I really liked my outfit. So I'm sure you guys are seeing like clips of it. The pants really fit me well, and then the shirt was a crop, but it wasn't like exposing anything, but I thought it looked pretty cute. I definitely have realized that I hunch so badly. I don't know why. So one thing I'm going to try better is to like sit up straight. I don't know why I just slouch so much, and I think it just doesn't look that great. There's no reason for me to slouch, so that's just some kind of self-reflection. So we went to YouTube. I'll show you some clips. let us in. They let us in, and she said, I'm like very excited to be here. And now we're climbing this great hill. Yeah, seriously. Go to the gym, Karen. And it was really cool because there was definitely like lots of food options. So they gave us like a breakfast. We had lots of snacks. Like it was a really great setup. And the views at Google were so beautiful. It was on a pier. So I basically think they just like have that whole pier out there for them. And then their offices are there. And then there's like a beautiful outdoor area that we didn't really get to check out, but you could see it from the windows. And I think that was the Hudson. I'm not 100% sure, but you could see beautiful boats and you could see the Statue of Liberty in the distance. And I've actually never done the whole like tourist visit the Statue of Liberty thing. This was my third time in New York, and I don't know, I'm definitely more of like a go with the flow, go look at the stores. I love to see beautiful things that I don't get to see like that often, and I don't know, the Statue of Liberty is just not really that high up on my list. But anyway, you could see it from the offices, and we then went into our first session, which was really nice. And they were just like talking about different things with YouTube shopping and all of that, which was very interesting. And then we had lunch, and I was so excited because when we were checking in, I saw one of my favorite, I think she has a YouTube channel, but I think I found her on Instagram, and it's Monica, and she is awesome. So I got to go to one of her sessions. I got to talk to her after. I got to take a picture with her, which I look a little weird, again, slouchy, but I love meeting creators that inspire me. So I loved that she was there, and she's like a fellow brown girl, and she's all about like empowering women of color. So I would highly recommend checking her out if you are not following her already. And that was really cool. So we just did a couple of sessions, had lunch and all the things, and then things are kind of slowing down. So we basically grabbed our goodie bags and left, and then we were going to go back to the hotel and just put our goodie bags down because they were pretty heavy. And then we decided to basically take a cab back to a creator event, like a happy hour. So we were gonna do that. And let me take a pause from that just so I can play with the Sigma palette and tell you a little bit about this. So this should be already launched on the Sigma website. And you guys know I have been a fan of Sigma Beauty for so long. They make my favorite brushes. They also make so many of my other favorite things like my eyeshadow primer. I love their color corrector. And this is called the Spectrum palette. So we have basically 15 shades that are matte and then a row of shimmer shades. I do have close-ups and swatches, so let me show you that. And also keep in mind, this is definitely a neutral palette, but it's so perfect. So it's gonna retail for $65, and it says get every nude shade you can imagine with a stunning spectrum of 20 wearable matte, shimmer, and metallic hues, from rich earth tones and soft beiges to glittering golds and deep browns. This timeless palette will never go out of style, making it perfect for every occasion and skin tone. I totally agree. And then they also recommend pairing this with two of their best-selling brushes, the E54, which is a basically eyeshadow brush called a medium sweeper, and the E35, which is a tapered blending brush. Make your dramatic eye look seamless with the Sigma Tech Fiber brush, using it to apply and blend out transition shades at the crease. So I love the E25. I'm guessing the E35 is just a little bit bigger than the E25, but I'm going to use the E25 today. And I'm just going to do a beautiful neutral look, or at least it's going to be beautiful for me. And I actually got this palette at Creators and Friends in Destin. Sigma was one of the sponsors of the event, so I definitely wanted to show you guys this palette. And again, I do love Sigma so much, so if you guys want to shop this palette, I do have a discount code with them. It's an affiliate code. KH Makeup will save you money on their site, and I'm just using the shade called Buttered Waffles, which That's a great name, and I'm just gonna put that all over the lid. Now, if you've watched my channel, you know I'm not really like a neutral girly. Like, I love neutral eyeshadow looks, but I prefer wearing color. But I will say that there's definitely a need for neutral palettes as well. And I know Sigma has great quality. Like, look at those mattes. They're so beautiful. I'm just using one matte shade, and it's just giving me so much depth. And it just looks so blurred and seamless and just blending beautifully. So if you're looking for a go-to neutral palette, this could be potentially a good one. And I feel like Sigma hasn't done an eyeshadow palette since they did their Little Mermaid palette last year. So I was just like waiting for a palette from them, and I'm so happy that I have it in my hands. Okay, next I'm just gonna take the shade called Homemade, which is a little bit of a lighter neutrally shade, and I'm just gonna use that to blend out the outer parameter of the eyeshadow. And I definitely think that that is going really well too. I didn't really give you guys like a detailed description of every shade when I was like swatching it, but hopefully you guys get the gist of what the colors are. They're definitely mattes and then a bunch of beautiful shimmers. I can basically do this whole look with one brush. So I'm going to go in with Double Espresso, which is a beautiful like burgundy brown. And I'm going to pop that on the outer corner. I know I saw so many people say this would be a really pretty palette even for like makeup artists for a bridal kit or just special occasion, because you know that you'll have so many skin tones covered with this palette. And yeah, the mattes are just seamless. And of course, Sigma doesn't always have like the BAM multi-chromes or holochromes that indie brands do. But for mainstream palettes, they have great stuff. They have some fun, colorful palettes. They have great neutrals. They've got mauves. They've got olive palettes. So lots of options. And then I'm going to go into the shade Peppercorn. And we're just going to deepen the eye a little bit more. Actually, I'll probably put more Peppercorn in once I'm done with the metallic shade. But I can't help myself. I love deepening up the eye look. So I think I'm going to do two metallics. I'll start off with Honeysuckle and then maybe go in with a little bit of Tiger's Eye on the inner half of the lid. And let me keep telling you guys more about my trip. So after we got to our hotel, we went to happy hour, which was honestly really chaotic. It was kind of a smaller bar and lots of creators, so that definitely got a little chaotic, but we did take some cool photos because it had like a really cool like vintage vibe to it. This bar did, and so that was really fun. And I was taking a picture for my friend Molly. It was so funny because I was like kind of like squatted on the floor, and as I stood up, the waiter like we collided, and oh my god, that was a moment. Luckily everyone was fine, and luckily like he didn't have any like drinks on the tray, but I was definitely thinking like, wow, I should not just like buy a lottery ticket or anything today because it's clearly not my lucky day. But we had fun, and then we were feeling a little bit hungry, and it was our last night, so we went over to this restaurant that was across the street. It was beautiful. It was like French themed, and so we sat outside. They had these little like outdoor seating spaces that was basically like a box constructed with like wood, and you could just like sit in there and eat, but you were basically sitting like on the pavement, which like I don't really know how that works, but since it's New York and they probably don't have a lot of like indoor space to dedicate to seating people, they had like created this like beautiful like outdoor oasis, and the whole restaurant had like live flowers like growing on the walls on the outside, so it looked like a beautiful like flower fixture almost. And we just like had so much fun just sitting out there and chatting. And then finally it was getting so late and we had really early flights to catch, so we ended up leaving and getting back to the hotel and saying goodbye to our friends, and we went to sleep. Woke up at like 3:30 or something a.m. and got to the airport I think around 4:35, and then my flight wasn't until like almost 8 a.m. Eastern time, but my friend was leaving and we didn't want to wake up our roommate twice in a row. So we just both went to the airport at the same time. I definitely caught some sleep at the airport, which I don't usually do very often, but I was so tired and what else was I going to do? So yeah, flew home. And then it was my little girl's birthday when I got back home. So we had lunch and did some fun stuff with her. And yeah, I've been back a few days now and I can't believe the adventures I've had. And I just want to finish up this makeup look. So I'm just using my Prada eyeliner. I bought this black one too during the Sephora sale because I was curious to see what the quality was like. And yeah, I just want to finish up this makeup look so we can unpack my goodie bag from YouTube shopping. It's huge. And of course, I want to show you guys everything that's in it. And, you know, maybe somebody from YouTube will see it because they did gift it to us. And I definitely want to say thank you. I'm going to take the shade Dune, which is the lightest shimmer shade in this palette. And that's going to be my inner corner shade. The shimmers went on so beautifully. I'm so impressed with this palette. I could just see myself gifting this to all of my friends that love to do neutral eyeshadow looks and like everyday friends, you know, that I see in real life because I think a lot of them would really enjoy this color story. And so I just did the lighter shade on the inner corner, and then I'm going to go into Peppercorn, which is the darker color I was using on the outer corner to deepen things up, and we're just going to run that on the lower lash line. And then for the rest of the under eye, I'm just going to take the shade Sand Dollar, which is a really pretty like neutral matte like cream shade, and I'm just going to blend it from the inner corner into the deeper shade, the peppercorn shade, and just kind of leave it like that. It's pretty dramatic looking. I think once I put on some mascara and stuff, it's gonna look even more dramatic. I need a blush and highlighter, so I'm just gonna grab from my drawers down here. I'm gonna use this one from Rare Beauty. I got all these shades sent to me, and this is the shade Worth, and I think it'll be a really pretty kind of like pop with this neutral look. I love to wear shades like this. So look at that beautiful blush. And then for highlighter, I'm gonna try maybe this shade from Gourmand Girls. It's a little more intense than what I would usually use, but since I don't really want to get up from my seat and I want to film this, just applying it. It's a beautiful highlighter. I'm just gonna put a little bit on my chin and stuff. It's very sparkly. And it's got a green shift to it. And then I only bought this lipstick to New York because I really only did makeup for that one day. And this is Hodgepodge, I believe, from MAC and their nude collection. Nope, this is Iconic Photo. I think I did get Hodgepodge too, though. If you know me at all, you know this is like my favorite shade of neutral nudie colors to wear on my skin tone. I still remember the first time I went to a MAC store in New York. I actually was looking for a lipstick just to have as a souvenir, and the girl recommended Modesty, which is a pretty like starter mauve color, but man oh man, Iconic Photo is so much more me. So the look is done. I'm gonna spray my face. I'll be right back to show you the finished look, tell you a little bit about the Spectrum palette, and then we'll round it off with unpacking my YouTube goodie bag because why not? Okay friends, so here is the finished look. What do you think? I really like it. I feel like this is such a fun, elegant look that I could even wear to a fancy dinner, or I could pull off the earrings and this could be a everyday look for me. So I am living my best life. Let me tell you really quick what I think of this Illusion SPF foundation. It's not really a foundation. It is a foundation. Okay, so this definitely has more coverage than I would have ever expected from a foundation that has sunscreen in it. So that's definitely a plus if you're like a medium to maybe almost like a buildable full coverage girly. You will probably really like this. It's not as glowy as I thought, so that's good. It does feel a little bit dry on me right now, but I'm also really struggling with dry skin at the moment. So I did throw on my Pharmacy Honey Halo just to moisturize my face before I started filming, but I've just been feeling a little bit dry the last couple of days, so I need to work on my hydration. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty impressed with this. I'll definitely keep testing this out throughout the next couple of days. I was just waiting until I was done with my trips to test it out because I knew I was going to be traveling and I didn't really want to try a new foundation while I was traveling. So that's kind of my logic there. The Hourglass Priming Moisturizer, I think this is fine. I feel like it's not really worth the money. I know some people love Hourglass, so they'll basically swear by anything Hourglass, and even though this is hydrating, I don't feel like it's something unique that is worth the price. But again, I'm also one of those people that really likes Hourglass, so I wanted to get it to give it a try, and I hadn't really bought a primer in a hot second, so that is why I picked it up. And then the Gourmand Girls Face Palette. This is from their like Mermaid Siren collection they did a little bit ago, and I just wanted to use the highlighter from it, and it's beautiful. And last but certainly not least, the Sigma Spectrum palette. I knew this was going to be beautiful, and I am not disappointed by any means. It's a great go-to neutral palette. I could see myself using this every day, and definitely in the summertime when I'm bringing my kids to dance class or if we're running out the door, this is a great palette to have on hand. Quick and easy, everything you need in one place. So love that for us, and they did a really good job with this. I definitely hope I see another colorful palette from them soon because I'm biased and I love colorful palettes, but this is a great neutral palette. So very, very happy with that. That is already available on the Sigma website. Like I said, you can use my code KHMakeup10 on the Sigma site to save, and I will link it down below for you guys. So that's pretty much the makeup portion of the video. Now let's go ahead and unpack my New York City YouTube shopping goodie bag. So we were definitely warned by our friends. Actually, Leah told me it's gonna be big. Actually, I just think I knew. I think I just heard. This bag, I think, weighs almost 20 pounds. So I did basically fly a piece of luggage there just to bring this back. I did wear, we got a hoodie from PacSun, I think. So I did wear that on the flight back because I always get cold on planes. So I don't have that with me, but let me show you what else I got. So we got these Spanx. These are like a legging, and I got the size large. So it's like a 3/4 length pant. I can't wait to try it. I think I have shapewear from Spanx, and I have their leather leggings. I don't know if I have any like workout pants like this, but I've heard such good things, so I'm very, very excited to try these on. Got this cute Walmart tote bag because Walmart was one of the partners for the YouTube shopping event. It was really cool because they had a panel with some of the Walmart executives, and then Brandon Maxwell was there. He has two like affordable fashion lines at Walmart, and it was really cool to hear him speak. And then we have this little bag from e.l.f. I think they also had like a little setup that you could get your makeup done at the event. And then I've got a Fangirl clip-on phone fan and selfie ring light. Oh my god. Wow, they really have thought of everything at this point, haven't they? This is interesting. How do you turn this on? Oh, here we go. Oh, I'm so blind. Okay, so I might have to charge this. Oh no, the fan actually turned on. Oh, okay. It's got 3 speeds. That's pretty cool. It's a fan ring light combo. Okay, this I'm so excited about because I actually bought this set. So this is the BK Beauty Core Complexion Trio 3-piece brush set. And I bought this because of the medium contoured foundation brush, I think the 115. I love the size of this, and I'm so happy that I have a spare set. Oh my gosh. So these are the 3 brushes. There's a brush I like to use for like cream blushes or liquid blushes, and then this is the contour brush that I like to use for foundation, and then this is like an under eye brush for like setting your under eyes or applying concealer. So I actually bought this with my own money, but I'm so happy I have another set because I love BK Beauty brushes, and so that's exciting. Okay, next we have from the brand Kaylee Beauty Studio. It's a facial massaging brush and cleansing lotion. Okay, that's really cool. I feel like I still remember the days of when like Foreo was like a huge thing, and there were so many different like face cleaning tools. So I'll have to give this a try. Oh my goodness. This, I think, was what was making the whole thing so heavy. So this is from Monet's palette, Master X Painter and Perfume box. I don't know anything about this, except that it's this very fancy packaging. So it's a perfume, and it's 3.4 fluid ounces. Monet's palette is a trademark owned by Monet's Palette Inc. And this is made in the USA. 36 months shelf life. That is pretty freaking fancy. So yeah, you guys will have to let me know if you've ever heard of this brand, because I sure as heck have not. But that is a wooden box, and that was probably what weighed the most in that entire package. And then I'm so excited for this, you guys. We got a beach waiver. I've never tried one. I've always wanted to get my hands on one. And they also had like a little station at the event where you could get your hair touched up, but as you can imagine, the line was quite long. So let me know if you want to see some type of like first impression trying out a beach waiver, because I'm so curious, because this is the one they like rotate when you curl your hair with them. So I am so excited to have a beach waiver. And then we got this coffee drink called La Colombe coffee roaster. Oh my gosh, I really hope I didn't butcher that. It's a vanilla cold brew. So I'll have to put that in the fridge. And then of course I had to bring my name tag. So official, so fancy. And then I got this shirt from a brand called Favorite Daughter. And I think they carry this at Revolve. And I'm a daughter, so I'm so excited to have this because it's so cute. And then I got these really cool sunglasses, which my friend said look cute on me. I'm not really convinced, but maybe you guys can tell me if you think it's cute. And I don't know. It's giving a little bit like 70s. I don't know. And I don't know the brand name, but I'll see if I can find it. Like, I just don't think this is... It looks a little better on me today than it did the other day when I tried it on, but I don't know. I don't know if this shape is for me. I like an aviator, but we'll see. We got another Walmart coat. Listen, oh, I love bags like this. It's so handy. It's like a big reusable one for shopping. And then we have from Quince, they gave us a perfume, which I smelled. Some of their fragrances were so good. This one is the fragrance called Corte d'Azur, and it says it has vegan, cruelty-free, paraben and sulfate and phthalate-free. It's very cologne-y. Actually, I was going to ask my husband if he wanted this because it's a very masculine smelling, and I think he might like it. And then from Bobbi Brown, we got the Vitamin Enrich set. That is so cool. I know this vitamin face base costs like an arm and a leg, and I've used it in the past, so that's a decent sized jar for my dry skin. And then the other product in here is a smoothing serum. Okay, so we have this little brochure from Quince. I've seen them do a lot of like sponsorships, so I'm curious, but their clothes looked so cute, and so I would definitely love to take a look. We also got the Luxe Leave-In Conditioning Detangler from Beach Waiver. This is going to be so handy for me because I have a daughter with really curly hair, and I'm constantly using detangler in her hair and leave-in conditioner. And then we have a bottle from Fenty Hair. This is the Water Boy Repetitive Leave-In Conditioner Spray. Again, perfect for my kid and her hair. And then this I'm so excited for. I think this is the new fragrance from Glossier, the You fragrance in the purple bottle. And I remember smelling this during the Sephora sale, and I really like how it smelled, but I was trying really hard not to like buy everything under the sun during the Sephora sale. So I'm so excited. Oh, that smells so lovely. So this is my first ever Glossier fragrance, and I'll try and link all of this stuff in YouTube shopping for you guys in case you're curious. But I know that I've heard such good things, and I smelled it in store because I was curious, but I didn't want to purchase it because I didn't need any more fragrances. But if I got one for free, I'm more than happy to use it up. Okay, we have some goodies from Pixi. So these are the On the Glow blushes, and I have 3 shades. We've got Fleur, we've got Ruby, and Juicy. How fun. I can't wait to try those. You guys know how much I love a good blush. And then I'm so excited. I got the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Eye Cream. I feel like I've tried this, but again, super happy to have one so I can try it again because it's been a hot second since I've purchased this myself. Okay, we've got something from Tarte. This is the Maracuja Juicy Plump Perfection, and I don't think I've used the lip liner, but I've definitely used the other product, the lipstick. So it's in the shade Primrose and Buff, and this is so cute, but I think I might actually save this for a friend, or I might put it in a future giveaway perhaps because I definitely don't need it. Okay, we have a couple of things from e.l.f. We have the e.l.f. Lash Extender Mascara, which I haven't tried it in the black shade, so I'm excited to have it in soft black. And then they gave us the Glow Revive Melting Lip Balm in the Strawberry Shortcake flavor, which I'm so excited about. I actually bought the Java Chip one, and I thought it was okay, but I'm excited to have another flavor. And this I'm so pumped about because I actually saw this at Target when I was shopping at Target with my friend Heather when I was in Mississippi with her. And this is the Glow Revive Lip Oil in the Glimmer Finish. And this shade is so pretty. It's called Opal Ogi Tour. Opal Ogi Tour? I don't know. But look at that color. I would not buy this with my own money, but I'm so happy I got it gifted because now I can try it, and if I hate it, I won't feel bad about having like bought it with my own money, if that makes sense. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I try so hard to be picky about what I purchase, and I don't know if you guys would believe this, but I actually didn't buy anything in New York when I was there because I just didn't need anything. So I was really proud of myself about that. And we went into the Sephora at Times Square, but basically had everything that the store had. So I was happy to just browse, which is so different for me. Anyways, I also got the Summer Fridays Dream Lip Oil. And this is in like a pinky shade. Let's see. I've tried the lip oils. Wasn't the biggest fan, but again, happy to give it another go around. It's like this beautiful shade called Rosebud. So it's a pinky color. And then we have from Bare Minerals a eyeliner. Never can have too many eyeliners, if you ask me. And then I've got more Summer Fridays. So I think they gave us all the lip oils. This is Warm Beige. And then I have the Laura Mercier lipstick crayon in, what is this? Agnes? Cute name. We've got the Ole Henriksen. Ooh, this is fun. This is the Pout Preserve Lip Balm. And it's in the flavor, what flavor is this? Citrus Sunshine. Oh, so fun. I love citrus. Definitely going to be using that right away. And then we have the Summer Fridays Lip Butter. Oh, they gave us birthday cake. Oh my gosh. I have one of these in my bathroom and I love it. So I'm so happy I have a second one. That is so unnecessary, but also necessary at the same time. So here's the rest of the Summer Fridays lip balms. I got Midnight Berry and Bear Sand. So we got 4 shades of those. I'll definitely have to try at least one to double check that I still am not a huge fan. We'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind. You never know. And then we got the Laneige Bounce and Firm Serum. I think this is newer, right? I love Laneige, so I'm super happy to have that. And then we got a little gift card from Quinn's, so I'll have to see how much is on there so I could go shopping, see if I can afford anything. Bare Minerals Mineralist Lasting Eyeliner. Again, never have too many eyeliners. This is a diffuser. What is this called? One of those like travel fragrancy thingies. I sprayed this the other day and it was pretty intense, but now I'm like struggling to open it. Just my luck. Is this how it works? Oh, here we go. I don't really want to spray this because I remember it being kind of intense, but it's a little fragrance. And then we have the Laura Mercier Lip Glaze in the shade called Cream Caramel. Oh, that's a pretty color. Okay, so we've got another Laneige product. This is the Neo Essential Blurring Finishing Powder. Didn't know they had that. And a Fenty Skin Butter Drop Whipped Oil Body Cream, which I've never tried their body cream, so I'm excited about that. And this I'm so excited about. I wanted the shade, but again, it was one of those colors I wasn't sure I would wear, but since I got it for free, I'm so happy I have it. This is the shade Miss Jellyfish, and these are the Fenty Gloss Bomb Oils. So I got the shade Fenty Glow in this formula during the Sephora sale, but look at this color. Are you freaking kidding me? It looks like unicorn tears. I'm so excited. And then the very, very last thing in here is another eyeliner from Bare Minerals. And this is an interesting looking shade. So let's just open it and take a peek. It's like almost like a gunmetal color. I was curious because Prada had a shade like this, like a silver. This is pretty. It's like a taupey color. Prada had a shade like this in their eyeliners, and I didn't buy it. It was more of a silver, but this shade is cool. It's like a taupey beige color. So super duper happy to have a light colored metallic eyeliner. I think this is going to be really fun to pair with other fun makeup looks. Okay, y'all, so that is everything I got at the YouTube shopping event. I had so much fun. I really hope I get a chance to do it again. And so fingers crossed on that. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me unbox everything and show you guys the Sigma Spectrum eyeshadow palette. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in another video very, very soon. Bye, friends! I can't believe somebody let me into Google, you guys, but the day is done.